saw a video, I think it was recorded during a Chelsea training, where they had exactly this. Here you have 3 ball contacts, in this zone you have 2, and there you have only 1 ball contact. Another area would be, it's again left, right, and both, but now it's about a movement, or lifting up the right arm, lifting up the left arm, lifting up both arms. Very often this is interpreted, you can do whatever you want. No, it's not. Because when you lift up a right arm, you have completely different levers for your trunk muscles, which is strengthening your trunk muscles in a completely different way than when you have the arms here or when you have the arms there. So the arms are a very, I would say, easy tool and very effective tool to strengthen the trunk muscles. In addition, because of the trunk muscles, you also strengthen I would say, the non-linear leg muscles, because you always have these deviation moments in the knee. And when you rotate the arms, you prepare actually the muscles, and actually there's also injury prevention. And what we told him already there is not only what you saw in this video, you also should change these zones by each ball possession in order to keep them always active. And you not only can change the areas, you also can change the areas in the task, or combine these things. And this is why we said, and meanwhile, a lot of other approaches are using this as well. The training has to be that complicated that competition becomes relaxation. They always have to be awake. And the same you can do in this, that now they have to observe what's going on in this zone. In this zone, it's only allowed to have maximum 3 athletes there. In this, minimum 3, or in this, maximum. And then the same, you can change these zones by each ball possession. And then you can switch these longitudinal and transverse zones in parallel. And it's just the beginning. I think you have a lot of ideas how to combine this and continue this. Transferring this to the more tactic area, we told him already in the beginning, yeah, okay, you should work with zones. So playing only in the green area, the red is taboo zone. You're not allowed to play there. Now, the same could happen in this. So you're not allowed to play there, but you can do also the opposite. You're not allowed, and you see immediately that here they play more they play more in this direction, in the horizontal direction, whereas when you do the opposite, this here is not allowed to play, but this, then they learn how to use this long pass. This is just a very simple thing. In Hoffenheim, we told them, okay, you can also play in a zone like a banana, or you can play like this here. You're only allowed to play there and whatever. You can put all different shapes there. Or, for example, okay, here is Messi, Ronaldo, and Bale. You're not allowed to play in these zones, or you're only allowed to play there, and you have to cross the other zones. By the way, this is a part of what I've heard in Barcelona of their tiki-taka play. They wanted to attract all the people in the zone, and all of a sudden you have to switch in this zone because it was easier to go on there. You can force this with zones, or you can do this also with different tasks in different zones, and the same by switching these zones, whatever. It was just an inspiration in the beginning. I think you can continue there as ever you want. And this was also part of differential training in the beginning. And this is the reason why I didn't publish that much in the beginning, because I wanted the coaches to do more experiments. They have to interpret this. I didn't expect that some scientists use this and interpret this in a very narrow and wrong way and rename this and sell this now as a new marketing thing. No, it's not. It's about your creativity. The coaches are creative, and it's just the inspiration. And when you have some ideas, please tell this to me, and I will force myself to get beyond this as well. So this is what I wanted to have, an interactive process to continue together, and not only, okay, you have to copy and you have to follow. Sorry. Okay, now you can do the same in the game when you have these tactic zones 4-4-2, so you can vary in the width. You can play 4-4 in the defense in this way, you can play 4-4 in this way, or you can start in this in order to give them the, I would say, impression what's going to happen when you're positioning in this way. You see, it's more difficult to defend, so they will find by themselves this thing. And a major element in differential training was always the question, how did the first find this solution? They had no teacher. They tried it by themselves, different experiments. Okay, and then you also can go to the extreme, 4-4-2, this also here. Try to start with this. How can you solve this? This could happen, especially in juvenile football. The same you can vary in the depth. This is just a systematic variation, or you can vary both. And actually, there's nothing else than what's going to happen in the game anyway. So you have a lot of possibilities to vary there. And this is what I told to Tuchel as well. Okay, and this is what I knew from handball. I was a Olympic handball player, that in handball, we always had to switch between 6-0, 4-2, 5-1, 3-3, and just one whistle and you change. And it was mainly to be unpredictable for the opponent. Okay, and we had to change all the situations within one game. And I think Guardiola and Tuchel were one of the first who switched these constellations within one game. Why not? And I think this will be the future. And this can be done with all these tactical situations, 4-4-2 or 3-5-1 or 4-1-4-1. And this is what you actually saw a lot. And I observed this a little bit in the German team, that sometimes they have a 3-5-2 position, or to allow to force the athletes to change their brain and to be able to solve solutions which they are not used to.